Okay, the last thing I want you to do to the basic typography assignment is a third page, and this is going to be like a font folio page. So let's go ahead and make a third page. You can click on Document Setup, and we'll do Edit Artboard, and we'll just hold Alt, and we'll click and drag and just make a copy of that second page here. And you can just switch to another tool, and that takes you out of the artboard editing. And we'll take all this stuff that we created and delete it. And let's call this one like your name. So I'm going to say, I'll zoom in so we can see here. Put your name. I'll put in Christopher's font folio. And here what you can do is just put possibly your favorite fonts. I'm going to make mine bold here. And what I'd like you to do is explore a few different font styles, like a serif, a sans serif, maybe a script, or just some other font styles that you like. But make sure you put a serif and a sans serif. So just find a font that you like. This one's just on the default Illustrator font, Myriad Pro, and just type in a lowercase a, capital B, lowercase b, C, lowercase c, and just go through the alphabet and do all the numbers. Put a space between each group, like A and a lowercase a space, and then the next block of letters, numbers, put in spaces between each one, and go ahead and put in the symbols. Okay, another thing I'd like you to do is put in some symbols that are specialized just for that font, and that would be found under your glyphs. And the one thing that as a graphic designer in Texas, it seemed like I had to put the Enya a bunch of times. So I'm going to go through here and see if I can find the Enya. Nope, none of those are it. Let me go back up here. Oh, I think that's it right there. So there's the Enya. You can put a space. There's the copyright symbol. You might have to use that. And if you just double click on these, they insert them into your document. You might need to use the upside down question mark or the connected AE for certain things. And so these are a bunch of symbols that are categorized just to that font. Other money values like the euro, and you can find the yen in here. Okay, just be aware that some of these symbols are attached only to this font. So some fonts will have different glyphs than other ones, so if you try to change the font, it may not like the fact that you're using a symbol for that particular font. So what you do here, once you get this typed out, here's one I have already typed out because you didn't really need to see me type that out. And hopefully you know that this is a sans serif, so put that one other category here. Sans serif. And then what you do is you can take this, hold Alt, click, and drag, and just make a copy of it. Something else I'd like to do is, I didn't show you that Helvetica is one of my favorite fonts here, so let me take these symbols here. I'm not going to pick my glyphs because it may not have that in here. One of my favorite fonts in the world is Helvetica. But really my favorite one is this Helvetica New. I just think this one looks really nice. And the nice thing about your Helvetica fonts is they have a large They have a large family. Okay, some of these other fonts you might pick, like let's just pick Cooper, and it's going to have a small family, black and black italic. So if you want to do a design, there's not much choice in here, but with Helvetica, you have a bunch to choose from. A light oblique, a regular, a bold. But the font I really, really, truly like is this Helvetica New. And you can look at its family, and it is huge. Okay, so you got a bunch of different choices in here. You can pick a bold. I like the extended ones. They look nice. Okay, so this one up here is a sans serif. So now let's find one that is serif. I'm just going to pick a regular on there. So let's take Georgia. And this one is a serif. Now put what Georgia this one is. It's Georgia. Regular. And it is a serif. And let's go ahead and fill this page with some different fonts. I know some of you like scripts, like Old English, so you could use some of those. Before we make any more here, let's go ahead and insert some glyphs from Georgia. I'm going to pick this one right here. Put a space. Maybe an accented A. Let's put the euro and maybe the registered trademark symbol. Except not twice. Okay, so find some symbols that are related just to that font, just some glyphs. So I'm going to make a copy of this. And let's find a script font. Like I said, you want to grab just the letters and the symbols. Be careful on the glyphs because you may not be able to change the font on that here. So let's go to Georgia and let's find a script. Like, let's see, that one. Okay, there's a script, but it doesn't have uppercase and lowercase letters. Let's find one with uppercase and lowercase letters. Let's find papyrus. Everyone seems to like papyrus. I use papyrus when I'm doing like healthcare, home services or something like that, or salons seem to like the papyrus. And so papyrus has a small family, so we're using papyrus regular, it looks like. Not sure how you spell it. P-A-P-Y-U-R-S. P-A-P-Y-U-R-S. That looks right. And this one is not a serif. This one is a script. So indicate that that's a script. And then continue down the page and just make a folio page here. That's it. That's your typography basic assignment. So 3 pages. First page, you're just going to show some type anatomy. Also, go ahead and put your name at the top here. And use the naming convention. And I don't know if I would use Papyrus for this one. I'd use a straightforward font like Helvetica or Arial or something like that. Let's go ahead and put the period on here. I'm in all the periods, so I usually put 0, but you would put what period you were in. And over here on the last part, insert your glyphs. And then change that last font there. Okay, so you're going to save this, and the last thing I want you to do is do save a copy when you're completely done. Do save a copy, and for this one that says copy, go to the word where it says copy. You're going to back it up, put a hyphen, and call it final. And that will be the one that you turn in. It'll be the final version of it. Go ahead and save that. The other thing I want you to change here before you hit save is, instead of Adobe Illustrator, save it as a PDF. You'll hit save. One thing you can do right here is click this button right here that says View PDF after saving. Click that, and it's going to open it up in Adobe Acrobat. It's a PDF file, and that's what Acrobat uses. And it will open up in Acrobat. I'm going to hit Control-0 so I can see the whole page. This is the Type Anatomy page. There's the kerning and tracking page and the font folio page. Oop, kind of too close to the edge there. I would fix that. This over here is nice. So I need to bring in the margins a little bit on there. This one too, I would edit the margins on that. No big deal, but that's the whole project right there. Get that done and turn that in to me.